Hmm.
and I ended up relapsing. I went out pretty bad. I went out for like a good 3 years, only to find out. I did a little bit more research out there, only to find out that um, you know, being in recovery and having God in my life was the best thing that I've ever had. So 3 years later, after my 2 year, 4 year term of doing half of that,
Hmm.
I came out, and the first thing that I went to was the place where I knew where people would love me, and
Hmm.
that's where I can get my life back together. And that's City Team.
Yeah, yeah. I'm happy you came back and tried the program again. So, what was different about this next time you did the program?
So this time I've also graduated, and I've also finally completed the schooling for the KDAC. Um, I think this time I was I was pretty much 2 feet in this time. Just falling off the first time I was at City Team, going back out there, I had realized some things. This is not what I want anymore. Um, and with that, coming into the program this time, I was 2 feet in. 2 feet in, I was all in, and I was willing to give it my all. I was willing to do whatever. I had like the feeling of desperation to wanting to change this time. It was just like, yeah, this is where I need to be. This is what I need to be doing, and my life has just been so great. I get the chance to serve people every day at my job. Even outside of my job, I find ways to be of service at church, or and this time it was the first time I ever got to perform my
Hmm.
music and ministry at a church. And um, just I never could imagine a convict, a person that's just so deep in the streets, to just be performing at a congregation, in front of a congregation at church. That was major to me. I was like, wow, that was just like confirmation that what, like good things can happen if I just stick this course and stay connected with God.
Yeah, actually, I want to point this out. Something I noticed about you that's a little different than many people who've gone on your path is your way of giving back. Now, is many different ways, but one way is you perform. Um, you mentioned you performed. Ideally, we'd like to show our audience this clip, but can you describe what you do to our audience? How you are using your artistic abilities to make an impact?
So pretty much, I pretty much used my testimony, um, and combined it with faith, and that's where my lyrics come from. Um, and with that, I turn it into poetry, and with poetry, you can easily turn it into music.